This is day one of the Oklahoma City 5-day training. And here we have Fabian, we have Ryan, Scott, Ian, Brian, and of course, Danny. And we just want to talk a little bit about day one. Was it what you guys expected as far as day one goes? I know that you all are coming in with different levels of experience in glue pull repair.
Yeah, I think it was about what I expected. It was a lot of like laying out the groundwork for what we're going to work on for the rest of the week. So I think it was a really good starting point.
What is some of the things that you thought you knew, but maybe you didn't quite understand until we kind of deep dived into it? Meaning, like, so we're at a glue pull training. What did we start with? We didn't even start glue pull, did we? We did one of the things that, you know, here at KECO we believe is extremely important, and that is striking, right? Did you realize that there was that much striking capability within the system?
It was the opposite for me. I was worried of over pulling and then, you know, having to knock it down. I didn't realize that knocking it down was going to be so important for the actual repair process.
That's right, and that's pretty much why we start there, right? Because typically when you pull something, you're left with a high spot, right? So knowing which knockdown to use and when to use it, I think it's really going to shape the rest of the week. So, for instance, we've been working on some pretty gnarly high spots, right? I put some of those what we'd call snail trails, so big, long, high spots through the panel, and taking some of our tools and being able to knock those down. I mean, what was your biggest takeaway?
I think the variety of tools that we use from the beginning of the process on into the fine tuning of the process.
And not only that, like we can actually see it now. Isn't that like a pretty beautiful thing, especially
I
with
think
the light?
using the light and using all the different hammers and the striking and all was really, you know, I had never done anything like that, honestly, beforehand. I always did it after the fact, always pulled first. I didn't realize that it was so important for the beginning of the repair process.
That's good. What about you?
Just using the light was a little, I mean, I've used them before, but it was a little bit different, like me not doing it correctly or like how hard I was hitting the hammer and everything like that.
Maybe how important the light placement actually is. People assume just throw the light on the dent and you're able to see it, but actually learning exactly where it needs to be placed at in order to see the dent properly throughout the process.
Yeah, that helped a lot.
Now, one of the cool things and why we kind of structure the training around striking first is because tomorrow we're pretty efficient. We're going to put some more reps in with striking as the week, you know, goes on and on. But tomorrow we're going to put a bunch of dents in those doors. And what's is really cool about it is we have really blasted through these doors today. And if you walk around and you look at these doors, they do not look bad at all. Right? And that's something that, you know, brings joy to me, right? Seeing how well you guys have, you know, progressed just in this 1-day training, right? We've only been here 1 day, so we have a lot of foundation to build to it. But tomorrow, I'm going to put it, once again, probably like 20, 30 dents in there. We're going to go through glue pulling, tab selection, and then when we pull those dents, we're going to get that high spot that you guys have been striking all day today, and then everything's going to start to fall in place, right? So really awesome to see where you guys have come today. I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed it. You look like you enjoyed it. You guys did not stop all day long. That's what I like to see, because I mean,
my arms are tired.
yeah, sore, right? Sore, right? Another great thing too. I mean, we love theory, we love talking theory, but practicality is going to be the best, right? So getting you guys hands-on tools all day long has really shaped up to be really good.
Yeah, I mean, we've had the tools for a long time, but unless you know the process and the right steps to take, I mean,
Or what?
it changes everything.
What does what?
Yeah.
Okay, there's a tab. I'll glue it on there.
That's it.
We have no idea what's, you know,
Learning
what's this for.
the different tabs and what the different tabs are for was a huge, I had no idea.
Yeah. Yeah, so like I tell guys, I mean, they're all blue, but there's a lot of tab technology within each section from rough out to finish, right? So a lot of cool stuff to come, guys. Stay tuned. And honestly, if you haven't taken this course, would you guys recommend it so far?
Absolutely.
And then that's what we want to hear.
100%.
Yeah, and that's exactly why we do this, because we know you guys have the skills. We're just doing it with a different process and a cleaner process. And like I told you all today, there is no higher repair than one that can be completely and glue full repair. right? So getting you guys to that next level is going to be fantastic.
And I think, we talked about earlier today where you all were starting out as far as how comfortable you are with glue pull repair and completing repairs using that repair method. And I think it was a range. Some of you said 0, others were 3, 4, 5 range out of 10. And so I think it'll be really exciting to see where you all get to by the end of the week this week.
Yeah, I feel like our confidence will definitely be a lot higher.
Yeah.
Be more willing to pull the kit out and use it than be scared of it. So.
All right, guys, so stay tuned for more. We're going to check back with you here in a couple days. We're going to put in some more reps. The dents are going to get bigger, and guess what? These guys are going to be sweating even more. Can't wait to see it. Stay tuned for more, guys. All right, guys, so we've wrapped up our 5-day training here in Oklahoma City. Started off on Monday, and here we are on Friday. So honestly, I just kind of want to go around the room and just get a little bit of your honest perspective and of how this training went for you, and would you recommend it for other technicians in your shop? Or I just want to hear what you got to say about it.
And maybe mention like we all gave numbers at the beginning, right, of where we started, of the comfort level with glue pull repair. So maybe if you remember that number, repeat that, and then say where you think that you are now.
We'll start with you.
So I definitely started off as a 0, not having any experience in it whatsoever. I believe I'm probably now somewhere around a high level 3, maybe even breaching 4. Still a lot of practice and a lot to learn and playing with the system.
I would say you're a little bit higher, because I think what you're kind of skewing just a little bit is paintless dent repair, like perfection, and actually using this to make a lot of money in the body shop that return a lot of hours. I think you're, in that aspect of it, I would say you're above a 5 for sure. I mean, you're probably back up around 6 or 7, because we've done some pretty gnarly dents, but at the same time, we've been pushing ourselves to a higher level, like flatness, where typically if we were in the shop, you would have been done a while ago, ready for filler. So I just want to make sure that we're not skewing GPR with PDR, because guys, remember, this is a 5-day course. We've done a lot of awesome stuff, but to get to that level, that takes more in-depth, longer training. So let's keep that in perspective too. So I would say your number would probably be a lot higher. I personally would think that, because you did a phenomenal job this week.
Thank you.
So awesome.
I had phenomenal instruction though. So that's, I mean, I would definitely recommend this class to everybody that purchases one of these systems, because it's not just the hands-on, but it's your perspective and your experience in the industry and walking us through what we're going to do before we actually go over there and start doing it.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yes, it's been a lot of fun.
Been great. I started the week off probably like a 3 or a 4, my comfort level with the system. Man, now I'd say I'm like close to like an 8 or a 9, especially for just the GPR part of it.
Exactly.
I mean, getting so much hands-on experience with stuff on the carts and stuff, and then having a good instructor showing you how to do it, I feel like we were able to progress really fast this week.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm ready to go back to shop and knock stuff out. So
that's what it's all about.
I absolutely recommend this course.
Yeah.
Absolutely recommend this course.
I think I said I started out at a 5. I'd say I'm probably like an 8 now. Made some mistakes, which is normal, but it's a learning curve, just trying to figure out your crowns and everything. It's a little different, but all in all, I would recommend it to anybody really.
Yeah.
A lot of our guys need to come here.
Yeah. Awesome class.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I lied because I said 3 or 4, but I don't think I have my mind wrapped around it like I thought I did. But the PDR, maybe 3 or 4 now, the aspect of that, but the glue pull for GPR, 7, 8, easy.
Yeah.
I mean,
that quarter panel, like we posted that
Yeah.
online, and people just lost their mind over that.
yeah, and I had no idea about how to use the lateral bars properly. I mean, even the glue temperature I had off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And those things just change everything. So
And reading that light and understanding.
Yeah.
Understanding, like, I see a low, not really thinking about the highs around it, and all you're focusing on is that low. So everybody has a tendency to just go after lows.
yeah, I didn't. I mean, I never even used the knockdown system
Yeah.
at all. And I mean, that's
Yeah.
you
And
know
that's one of
that's
those-
50% of
Yeah.
chasing
And
the
that's-
dent.
It's hard
so-
to explain that to like a purchaser, you know, when they're coming in and they see the system, see all the tools, and you're trying to like articulate like how important knockdown is because they don't realize it. They're like, oh, knockdown. Yeah. I mean, I'm just trying to pull lows. So coming from the aspect of now using all the striking capabilities in the system,
Yeah.
now you can see why we put all that in there and why it's so important to have that, you know, striking.
Yeah, I didn't realize how important it was. You know, a necessity to do that properly.
So if we're looking at that dent you did, we were talking about it. I would probably have gotten around 20. You said 20 hours to repair that.
That was least.
That would have been a replace all day long, right?
Yeah, if that car came in like that, that would have been a new quarter panel for
And
sure.
we had what, just like the morning?
Yeah, 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
almost ready for fillered, which
Yeah.
is amazing, and probably would have got around 20 hours for that.
Yep,
Yep. So
definitely worth it. I'd recommend the class to
I
anybody.
think understanding the 6C process and keeping it close by and working with that gentleman over there.
Yeah,
Of
yeah.
going back and getting my notes and going,
Yep.
so let's go down the 6 steps and let's
Which-
follow the process.
it's pretty awesome testimony. You started at a 0,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
now
you're
I
really
have you
teaching.
over here teaching a new guy that just came in from one day from our plant. He brought his truck over so we can kind of help him fix some dents. But you're over there training him how to use it.
Well, I think from an instructor standpoint, being a collision repair instructor, not a tech like these guys are, it's important to understand the process. And I think any instructors that, I know you've got some instructors coming up that are purchasing systems. I feel like the 5-day is way more vital if you're going to take this back
Yeah.
to your classroom than
Yeah, I
than
think
a
you should buy
2-day
that
on
kit.
site.
This class is like a necessity
Yes,
to really
absolutely.
wrap your mind around the kit and how to use it properly.
This fast track, he's so much more, right?
Yeah,
The progress we made in a week was
Yeah.
yeah, insane.
yeah. I mean,
I know. I know. That's it gets me excited, right? So
But that's a testament to how you teach and
Yeah.
how thorough you are in going through the system, what we should be looking for, how to assess the damage, assess what tooling we're going to need, and then applying that information to the hands-on element of it.
right.
Yeah, I think being able to pick the right tool for the job too. You know, there's a lot to choose from, so I think you get complacent.
What about you, Fabian?
I started, I think I said 0 at the beginning. Like, I have never touched a glue,
Pretty amazing.
glue pull repair in my life, to be honest. Like, we don't have those from where I'm from. So, it was a great experience, to be honest. Like, 2 amazing instructors. And I'll definitely recommend this course to anybody who wants to learn, because I'll definitely take this back home and definitely start applying it in the workshop. So,
Yeah, you're definitely taking it home. I mean,
Yeah.
you're taking the course, you have no tool.
Yeah.
You're leaving with a premium. You're
Yeah,
leaving
leaving
with the
with
pro
everything.
card. You're leaving with the RoboV, the boss tips. I mean, you bought it all, dude.
yeah,
That's an investment.
that's a good investment.
I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So
It really
Awesome
is
course.
crazy when, I mean, I guess you guys have had the system in your shop since what, last year?
last year.
Right? And,
I've
I
probably
mean-
pulled it out twice.
right.
And
then
got
just-
frustrated with it and didn't want to waste my time because time is money in the body shop, you know. So you just park it back in the corner and go back to your old ways.
yeah.
But then just 5 days here.
Yeah,
It's-
I'm putting it by my toolbox.
Yeah, yeah.
It's mine now.
Do not touch sign on.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna use it all the time.
It's good.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, I really enjoyed it. You guys were an awesome group. Awesome
It's been
group.
a good week.
We've done some really, really cool repairs. Some massive repairs. So till next time, and we're going to stay in touch. We're going to follow up, and we're going to make sure that you're using this system and you're progressing. So we'll definitely be staying in touch.
Appreciate you guys.
All right,
Appreciate
thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right, guys. So this is our 5-day course here in Oklahoma City. As you can tell, I mean, this was honest feedback. We didn't prompt them to say anything or anything like that. We just brought the chairs over, sat down, and really want to hear their perspective of this training. And honestly, it's money back guarantee. So even if one of these guys were unhappy, guess what? We're going to refund your money because we stick behind not only our product, but also our training. You can find out more at KECOtabs.com. Reach out to any of us here on staff, and we will get you trained up on this system. See you later.